We've been learning how upsetting feelings don't just happen. They're caused by quick thoughts called poison thoughts that pop into our heads. We've learned about antidote thoughts, which we can give ourselves to fight poison thoughts. And by going into other people's minds to look at their thoughts, we can learn how to fix our own upsetting thoughts and feelings. We learned about 5 kinds of poison thoughts: black and white thinking, predicting without proof, searching for the bad and ignoring the good, blaming, and rigid thinking. Now we're going to learn more about predicting without proof. People's minds can often predict what will happen. Rain's coming, tennis court will be wet. 6 o'clock, Dad'll be home soon. Sometimes people's minds predict too many bad things. This makes people feel worried or discouraged. Rain and no tennis, I'm going to be bored. Dad's just going to play with the baby again and ignore me. Examples of predicting without proof. It's going to be too hard. Same bad thing's going to happen over and over. I know they're thinking bad things about me. Antidote thoughts for predicting without proof. It might be okay. I can ask for help. It might be okay this time. I'm getting better at dealing with stuff. You can't be sure what someone is thinking. Predicting without proof. When your mind predicts it can see the future like a crystal ball. When your mind quickly decides that bad things are going to happen. When your mind quickly decides that people are thinking bad things about you. Let's go into the mind of Juanita, who is dealing with some upsetting things. First, Juanita's favorite TV show got canceled. Then, the internet stopped working in her home. She thinks to herself, I have bad luck. Bad things are going to just keep happening to me. What is Juanita predicting will keep happening to her? Does she have proof that her luck will keep being bad? What are some antidote thoughts Juanita can use to help herself? Juanita thinks she has bad luck, and she is predicting that bad things will just keep happening. Think about a time when you had a poison thought, something like this. When bad things happened to you and you thought you were going to keep having bad luck. What was your poison thought? What antidote thoughts did you need? You can pause at this point if you need some time to think and remember. Now we are in the mind of Lorraine. Lorraine's mother is trying to get her to come with the family to the park. But all Lorraine can think about is the time 1 year ago when she got stung by a bee in that same park. She thinks, there's no way I'm going back there. I know I'll get stung again. What is the bad thing that Lorraine is predicting? What are some antidote thoughts she can use? Sometimes your mind can predict dangers too much and too often. What about you? Think of a time when your own mind was too fearful that something bad would happen. What was your poison thought? What antidote thought did you need? We are now in the mind of Andrew, who is at home with his babysitter. Looking out the window, he sees that it is beginning to snow. Suddenly he gets a terrible thought about his parents. Their car is going to crash on the way home. What are some antidote thoughts that Andrew can use at this time? Andrew's mind is predicting that his parents will get hurt. Has your own mind ever gotten stuck with thoughts like this, that something bad was going to happen? What was your poison thought? What antidote thoughts did you need? We are in the mind of an 11-year-old boy named Mark. He's supposed to sleep in his own bed at night, but he hears the wind howling outside and does not feel quite safe somehow. He walks towards his parents' room for the third time that week. He thinks, I can't be sure my own room is safe. What is it that Mark's mind is predicting? And what antidote thoughts does he need? It's normal for younger kids to have fears like Mark has, but this is supposed to go away as kids get older. Do you have any fears that keep coming into your own mind, even though the fearful thoughts don't really make any sense? When this happens to you, what antidote thoughts do you need? We are in the mind of a girl named Hillary. In the car with her mother on the way to her first art lesson, Hillary is having very bad feelings about it. They won't let me draw what I want, she thinks. I'll feel tense. I'll miss my home. Hillary grips the door handle of her mom's car and thinks, this is going to be awful. What are the bad feelings Hillary is predicting about her new art class? What antidote thoughts does she need? Getting ready to try something new can make a person get worried thoughts. Think about a time when you were about to try a new activity. What kind of worried thoughts did you get? What antidote thoughts did you need? We are in the mind of Jeremy, who was on the playground calling out to another boy, Stephen. But Stephen doesn't answer Jeremy. Jeremy thinks, Stephen won't ever be my friend. What are some possible reasons that Stephen does not answer Jeremy? What are some antidote thoughts that Jeremy can use? Our minds are always busy making guesses about what's happening and what other people might do. Sometimes our minds make poor guesses. Think about a time when your mind made the wrong guess about what somebody was doing or thinking. What was your poison thought? What antidote thoughts did you need? Now we are in the mind of a girl named Mia, who is at her karate class. As she watches an older student doing kicks, Mia thinks, there's no way I will ever be able to do this. What are some antidote thoughts that Mia can use at this time? Sometimes your mind can predict that something will be too hard and you won't be able to do it. Often, however, your mind is wrong when it tells you these things. Think about a time when your own mind predicted that you would fail at something. What was your poison thought? What antidote thoughts did you need? We are in the mind of Sarah, who is at a party. She notices that some girls are looking at her. She thinks, people are thinking that my clothes don't look right and my teeth are crooked. They think I'm ugly. Sarah is predicting that other girls think she's ugly. What are some antidote thoughts Sarah can use? This kind of predicting without proof is called mind reading, when your mind makes wild guesses about what someone is thinking about you. Often your mind gets it completely wrong. Think about a time when your mind was sure that other people were thinking bad things about you and it turned out you were wrong. What was your poison thought at that time? What antidote thoughts did you need? We're in the mind of Ramon, who was just struck out for the third time in the same game. As he walks back to the bench, he thinks about the other players. They all think I'm a loser, a wimp, a baby. What antidote thoughts does Ramon need at this time? Ramon is taking a guess about what other players are thinking after he struck out. Does he really know what they're thinking? Think about a time when your own mind seemed very sure that other people were thinking bad things about you. What was your poison thought? What antidote thought did you need? Now we're in the mind of Elizabeth, a 16-year-old who does home school. One day at the public library, Elizabeth sees two classmates that she knew last year. One of these girls says hi. Elizabeth thinks, they're thinking about the time I cried in the locker room. What antidote thoughts does Elizabeth need? Life can be so hard, and sometimes things happen to people that feel shameful and embarrassing. When we assume that other people remember these things forever, it can be very painful in our minds. Have you ever had thoughts and feelings like Elizabeth? If you did, what antidote thoughts might help you?